Welcome. If you're new here, I'm Sugar Kitty Mystic, and today's Pick a Card Tarot reading is the worst thing that is going to happen to you in 2024. So with all the New Year's prediction, pick a cards and tarot readings coming out, I wanted to mix it up a bit. Let's focus on the negative. Let's see what the absolute worst thing that's going to happen to you in 2024 is. And maybe by watching this reading, you can avoid it, prepare for it, or change your future so as to not experience it at all. So this is the hope for the reading. We have 2 piles today, and we'll just get right into it. So you have 2 decks, pile 1 and pile 2. Feel free to take a moment if you want to and focus on the decks. They are full of water. Pile 1, pile 2. Okay, if you want to see the deck just on its own, there you go. And when you're ready, simply click on the timestamp in the description box and let's find out what bad shit is coming your way. Welcome, pile 1. If you picked, oops, I was going to have him out. If you picked the green deck, you're in the right place. Let's look at what is the worst thing that is going to happen to you in 2024. Okay, so right away we have the 3 of Swords underneath the Ace of Cups. So I am sorry to say, but for you, I am seeing an element of heartbreak. I'm seeing an element of someone that you care for, that you potentially have a lot of feelings for, turning around and doing something that is really hurtful for you. Okay, with the 8 of Cups here, I feel like it will actually be you who walks away from this relationship or this situation. It will be you who makes the decision to finally leave this person after what they do. I am seeing that this whole situation will cause you to have a depletion of energy with the 8 of Wands in reverse. So during this time period, when whoever this is, whether it's a romantic partner, there's a lot of romance cards, so it could be, or a friend, does you wrong, it's going to really zap your energy. You're going to be in a period where you just don't feel like doing shit. Completely understandable. You might even feel like you don't have enough support. Maybe you were relying on this person for a lot of support, and so it is really going to shake up your world. We then have the Hope card, and we have the Free Will card. Okay, so this is a sigil. The energy of this card is meant to represent what it means. If you want to look at it for a moment and kind of take in the energy that can benefit your life. So with this sigil, what I'm seeing is there's a purpose to this heartbreak. There's a purpose to this backstabbing energy. You are currently not operating in free will. Okay, you may not be consciously or actively going for the things that you want. You may even be someone who suppresses your desires completely. You may feel like you're at the whims of other people, at the whims of the universe, or even God, depending on what you believe in. And so this situation is coming to help to move you into a state of free will. So it's very interesting that you got the Hope card here, because when you are not in free will, you are powerless. Okay, and this powerlessness can cause us to be in a state of complete despair. So I feel like this situation is going to force you to choose yourself. It's going to force you to actively, consciously choose and go for your desires. Okay, so while it will be painful, will be maybe even devastating for a time, it's going to really benefit your life. Like I said, you are the one who's going to be walking away here. You are the one who's going to be breaking up, ending the friendship, cutting the person off, whatever the case may be. And I feel like in doing this, it's going to be incredibly personally empowering for you. So I hate to predict something like heartbreak. That just seems really sad. But I do feel like overall this is going to really benefit you. Now, when this happens, you may feel like in that time, this is not benefiting me. This fucking sucks, right? 3 of Swords really does represent grief. It represents sadness. And with this card here, I do feel like, you know, for a week or a couple weeks there, you're going to be really, really low. okay? If you can try to focus on that time, reevaluating your desires, what they truly are, re-owning your wants, that's really going to help. Because this situation is here to serve you. This situation is not here to harm you. We're going to get some more clarifying cards here to see what else is coming through. But yeah, I just feel like this person wasn't aligned with what you truly desire. They weren't aligned with what you truly want. So them hurting you, okay, was them also saving you from making a really big mistake and putting too much of your energy into something that wasn't leading towards what you want. And the sad thing about love, because I do see you having a lot of love and a lot of really deep feelings for this person. The sad thing about love and attraction is it's wild. It doesn't always line up exactly with what we want. Feelings don't always develop for the person who is best for us on paper as easily as they develop for the person who hurts us. Sometimes we are really attracted to someone who hurts us because we need that situation in our life. Your soul is craving you to step into your free will, to truly own who you are in this world, what you want, and to have the courage to go for it actively instead of passively. Okay? So this is a beautiful thing. I can promise you by the end of 2024, okay, this time next year, you're going to be a completely different person. You're going to be so much more empowered. There is a lot of power that comes with responsibility, right? And it's hard sometimes to take responsibility and to say, like, yes, I'm part of these painful things that are happening in my life. You know, it's not fully this person's part. You have a part in whatever they're going to do to you. So if you are watching this in a hopes to avoid this situation completely, really begin to pay attention to free will now. Begin to pay attention to how you are contributing to the negative patterns that are occurring in your relationship. I'll give you a great example of this. I was feeling like recently my lover, the guy I've been dating, has been very hard on me. He's just been kind of like a little bit on me about many different things. And I've even been saying, like, you're really hard on me. And we had a conversation the other day where he expressed that he felt like I had been beating him down the last few days. I was really stressed with preparing for Christmas, and I was really actually hard on him. And so this energy of him being hard on me could have actually just been a reaction and a reflection to my negative energy going to him. And if he had never said anything, I might not have even seen it, because I was really stressed and I wasn't necessarily hard on him. So it's something to think about if you're looking to just totally avoid this situation completely. Actively pay attention to how you may be contributing to negative patterns in relationships, friendships, people you have really deep feelings for. And, you know, get strict with yourself. You know, if you want to be treated a certain way, start with treating other people that way first. Okay? So let's see what else comes through. We have the Ace of Cups. Again, I love when that happens in a reading. So you have the Ace of Cups twice. And it's coming over hope. So I do feel like, well, this situation is going to be painful if you do go for it and you don't avoid it. It is going to be painful. It's also going to bring you hope for a much more aligned, harmonious love where the feelings, the deep feelings that you have, are fully reciprocated, okay? And where they have a place to go. The difference between these two cards, if you see, you have a tentacle sort of like grasping and then the water's just spilling out. Whereas in this card, the water is spilling out into like a beautiful pond. And it's being held, the cup is being held with an open hand. What this is making me think is that there is a love or a deep friendship on the other side of this situation that is much more open to who you are, much more receptive, and that actually grows with you. So all this love energy that you have for the person, it won't just get spilled out. Instead, it will build something beautiful for the two of you, a beautiful relationship. So we'll see if any other cards want to come through, but this is basically, you know, the basis of your reading. Okay, and we have the Ten of Swords. So yeah, I do feel like you will feel very defeated. Okay, when you're right in the thick of this situation, you're not going to be feeling that hope. You're not going to be feeling, oh, this is serving me, like I've been saying. You're going to be feeling sad. And that's 100% understandable. Anyone would in a situation of backstabbing, in a situation of heartbreak or grief. So I wish you the best with 2024. If this is the worst thing that's going to happen, remember there are many, 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 many beautiful things that are also going to happen. And at the end of the day, you know, if this is the lowest you're going to get, when this hits, you know that everything else is uphill. So hopefully this reading served you in some way. Feel free to comment below what you thought about it. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Welcome, pile 2. If you picked the birthday deck, which is my favorite, then you are in the right place. Let's look at what the worst thing that's going to happen to you in 2024 is. So to start off the reading, you have this sigil which represents your fear. Now the purpose of these cards is that the symbol actually has a meaning. So if you want to work with this energy, just take a moment to really take in this card. So what I'm seeing for you is the worst thing that happens for you in 2024 is going to be a result of your fear. Okay, you are going to make a decision out of fear that is going to really negatively affect you. So I see the Shaman of Loss here, right? And then you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the Devil in reverse. So I feel like you are going to lose some money, okay? Now, it may be a sense of security. Four of Pentacles is not a lot of money, but it's going to be enough that kind of shakes you up, that makes you feel uncertain. Okay, you have the Fool in reverse, which is showing me a very hastily made decision, a decision that you didn't really plan or think through very well, as well as the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, this can often represent pushing through and forcing a situation that's not meant to be. So I am seeing like maybe an attempt to gain more money, you lose money. Okay, in an attempt to, you're scared about something. You're scared about your financial well-being. Honestly, you're scared about your personal security. You're scared about not getting what you want out of this life physically. Like money is very connected to us getting our needs and desires met, right? So that fear is going to cause you to make a decision that is going to cause you to lose a little bit of money. Or for some of you, a moderate amount of money. Like I said, it's enough to shake you up. I do feel like you're very attached to your wealth. And part of the reason this is going to happen is to show you, okay, something different. It's going to show you that you are worthy without this money. You are worthy even if you don't have financial security, okay? If you're attached to like your material belongings, if you're attached to, you know, being able to eat out whenever you want, buy coffees whenever you want, things like that, this is going to limit and restrict you in a way that opens you up to be more grateful, more happy, and less afraid, okay? Because with this card here, it's a fear that is really just your own. It's not something that you necessarily need to be afraid of. And a lot of the time, you know, we overcome fear by facing the actual problem, right? What is it called? It's not aversion. It's like the opposite of aversion therapy. It's when you actually, like if you're scared of birds, you go and you interact with birds, right? You're scared of losing your wealth, and thus an aspect of your wealth will be lost. Now, if you would like to avoid this situation, you can be proactive by focusing on your fear right now. Okay, focusing on integrating that fear, understanding where it comes from, not avoiding it, and really re-owning that fear. Okay, because what I do kind of see happening is you might not even be fully aware that this is an anxiety you have, that this is a fear you have. You may be someone who's more avoidant with money, who's not really paying too much attention to it. And that's why you make this decision that causes a loss. Okay? And then we have the Star card over here. So I do feel like you have some wishful thinking or some fantasies of how a situation is going to turn out that just don't necessarily work for you. Okay? So this could be something like making a bet, gambling and losing money. This could be something like a cryptocurrency that you think is really going to pop off and it drops and it goes down. A poor investment, something like that. Okay? So you can definitely avoid this situation by being very careful and considerate with those kinds of choices. However, if you do face it, like I have this belief that even our lowest moments are here to serve us in some way. So if you do end up experiencing this situation, remember that there is a hidden gift. You may not feel it while you're in the thick of it, but there is a gift for you. And for you, I think it's self-worth. And I think it's happiness that isn't reliant on financial security. Okay, so let's see what else is going to come through for you. We'll pull a few more clarifying cards. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Swords. So I feel like you're very defensive about this decision when the time comes. Oh, sorry. When the time comes, if anyone like challenges you on it, you're not going to listen. You don't want advice. You don't want consultation. You're just going to go full force, okay? And yeah, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Again, indicating, you know, I don't know, just a loss. Like you're going to go so quick with this Knight of Swords here. You're just going to go so quick with this decision. You're not really going to think it through. But if this is the worst thing that's going to happen to you all year, it's really not that bad because money comes and goes, right? Money comes and goes. We lose money, we gain money. That's just the reality of life. If you look at anyone with a mass amount of wealth, they've lost lots of money before. There was a man, I wish I knew his name. He's like a Korean tech billionaire. He lost like $17 billion. Maybe it was even more, like $40 billion in one day once. And he managed to regain his entire fortune. So people with a lot of money, they've experienced huge setbacks before and they bounce back. Often these kinds of things are actually what help us to create long-lasting wealth. And sometimes in finances, we do have to take risks. So don't be too stressed or worried hearing this message. This is something that you are well equipped to happen. And yes, it's going to suck. Yes, it's going to throw you off your game. Yes, you're going to have to save. You're going to have to be more careful. All this stuff. But at the end of the day, you're going to handle it and you're going to handle it well. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing for you, pile 2. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this reading, if you feel like it. And Happy New Year. I hope 2024 is amazing for you. Remember, this is just one bad thing. This is the worst thing. There's so many beautiful things that are going to happen for you as well. So let's focus on those. And I will see you in the next video.